Listen, while we wait before we jump into things, just want to say what's up to everyone. How's everybody's days going so far? There's a question. I think there's at the bottom there. If you want to ask some questions before we get started, like how's New York doing? Or shout out to DMX. By the way, before we go any further, shout out to DMX. He lived a full life. I know I was raised on some DMX, and he definitely influenced me in some way. I don't know how, but definitely somehow. Where my dog's at? I think everybody remembers that line. So shout out to DMX and his family. Our condolences. Again, if you want to ask some questions before we get started, just put it in the chat at the bottom there before we get started. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Happy Friday. Happy Women's History Month. I know people are going to say, well, Women's History Month was March. Well, Women's History Month for me is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay? Every month we should celebrate our ladies and our women, right, in our lives. So happy Women's History Month. And today was a beautiful day in New York City. As usual, it was 70 degrees, then it was 30 degrees. Then it rained, and it almost snowed, I guess. But shout out to everyone. Just let me know. What's up? Tonight we have a special guest. And we're going to get started in a little bit. Just setting up. What's up? Does anybody happy Friday? Thank you, Tesla Styles. Thank you. Somebody's out there listening. That's right. If you have any questions down there, people, put it in the chat so I can shout you out. Tesla Styles, what's up? Ash Bay, what's going on? Sem Papi, Red Moon, what's going on? Jap, what's up? Deb is out there. What's going on? Deb, DeLuca, Kim DeLuca in the house. We got some of the best teachers in New York City on this line. What's up? Shout out to my little sister, Tony Tuli. What's going on? Two-ad ball. Okay. Nati Dread in the house. What's going on? Everybody's up. Oh, man. And, of course, we got the wonderful med school tomorrow. Sen Papi. You got your diploma. Shout out to, listen, big up to you, man. Congratulations on getting that diploma. The diploma, as they say, is the beginning of wealth, right? Because with that, you just open up another door to success, right? So thank you, Annie, for the hearts. I never could understand what the difference between blue hearts and red hearts. I never understood that. Never got that one. Okay. Anybody want to explain that one? What is the difference between the blue hearts and the red hearts? Never got that. What's up, everybody coming in? What's up? I am Buklao. Hope I said that right. My mama Feets is up. My mama Feets is out here. What's going on? Why not dreaming? I love these names. Two-ad ball. This is Joe's. I did say we have some of the finest and outstanding teachers on this line today. And without question, a gentleman and a scholar, Adam Joes. Good to see you, brother. I see brown hearts and black hearts now. What is that? I don't get that. Okay? All right, so I'm going to get started. All right. Good afternoon. Good evening. Before I get started, I do want to say we do have a sponsor, right? We're in our, I think, 8th or 9th episode, and we've been able to secure a sponsor. So tonight's sponsor is Miss Fanny's Sweet Shop. Miss Fanny's Sweet Shop, a Southern style bakery based here in New York. And I got to tell you, I've had the pound cake several times with the icing. It is exceptional. All right. However, if you're interested in getting some of that sweet cake from Miss Fanny's Sweet Shop, you'll receive $5 off on your purchase with your first purchase, $5 off. All you have to do is go to MissFannySweetShop.com, MissFannySweetShop.com, and you'll get $5 off your first order. So shout out to Miss Fanny's Sweet Shop for sponsoring us tonight. I just want to start off by saying, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You know, people always talk about they want to be successful. They want to be exceptional. Understand with that word, and it's always interesting, that word exceptional. You know what's in that word? Accept. So if you want to be exceptional, sometimes you got to say, everybody else is going to party, except me. You want to be successful, you got to do things different. You can't be running with the crowd. You have to run against the tide. Everybody's going to hang out tonight except me. I truly believe that we were born to be exceptional and born to be successful, but it's up to you. It really comes down to you. And some people wait till New Year's Eve. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna lose weight. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You don't have to wait till then. You were born to be exceptional. There's a quote: though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. So that means tomorrow morning when you wake up, you can begin a new start and have a brand new ending. You don't have to wait, ladies and gentlemen. And we have to stop making excuses and stop trying to hold down the block. All right? So if you truly want to be successful, you got to be willing to put the work. And sometimes you got to go against the tide. Everybody's buying Jordans except for me. I'm going to stack my money and I'm probably going to try to buy a 2-family home. What's up, big unks? Okay? What's up? We intervene, right? So everybody wants to be exceptional, but again, like I said, the word that's in there is accept. So when everybody's going to party, maybe you might want to say, accept me, so that way you can focus on your dreams, right? You can't have dreams deferred. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Martin Smallhorne, and the reason why we started Yes, Your Educational Story is because we truly believe that your zip code should not determine your destiny. And the fact is, your present situation shouldn't determine your destination, right? And we are all individuals, whatever level or whatever realm you're raised in, it still comes down to you and to be that individual. And as I said before, happy Women's History Month. Shout out to all the women. And people are going to say, it's April. Well, guess what? We can't be put in the box, people. Women's History Month is every month, okay? All right. So we have a very special guest tonight. Tonight's guest is someone very dear to my heart, and I'm so excited to have her on. Her name is Shamari Perkins, and she has an educational story. And by the way, if you would like to share your educational story, please DM me, all right? Because we all have a story to tell. But what's your educational story, right? So at this point, we are going to bring Med School Mar on. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right. What's up, Truth Hurts? Glad you could join us. And
Hi.
there she is. Med School Mar in the house.
Hello.
How are you? How are you? It's so wonderful to see you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing outstanding, actually. I'm doing outstanding. Okay, so welcome. State your zip code, please.
I guess unofficially it's 91303.
Now, for our listeners, that sounds like, a little foreign. So where is that, Shamari?
That's I guess what you would consider like Calabasas, Woodland Hills, California.
All right, so you're coming to us live from California right now.
Yes.
Yes, shout out
I'm
to Cali.
3 hours behind.
Yes, so it's like 5 o'clock out there.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Bloom's Women on. All right, so Shamari, first of all, we're honored to have you, and thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
I know you have an outstanding story to share about your journey thus far. Okay, so let's go. Let's dive right in. Where do you want to begin?
Well, I guess like my story kind of begins really like for the longest time I knew I was going to be a doctor. So I'm pre-med.
Okay.
But I've known pretty much my entire life that was what I was going to do, which sounds like cliche, I know, but it's like really true. And everyone that knows me knows that that's all I've ever wanted to do.
Okay.
And the first time it really hit me that I was going to do that was the first time I went with my mom to the OB, the obstetrician.
Okay.
And I kind of like, I wasn't like, I guess some people would go into that kind of experience and like would just kind of sit there kind of awkward, like not know what to do. And
Mhm.
I was kind of sitting at the end of the stirrups where like the physician was like, what's
Yeah.
going on? Like, what's happening? What are we doing?
How old were you? How old were you at that time, Shamari?
I had to be like 11,
Wow.
10 or 11.
Okay.
And I was just, I guess enthralled is the proper word.
Mhm.
Like I wanted to be in on the action, like have some kind of, you know, I know that sounds like what, but
Yeah,
like
because everybody normally is running the other way, and you're
I
like,
know,
I need to get in there. I need to see what's going on.
I know. And I don't want to do obstetrics anymore, but
Okay.
at the time it was just really cool for me to have that kind of experience and see, okay, this is what I'm going to do for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, that was like really I guess that's where it really started. And
Okay.
then all of my other experiences, like clinical, academic, personal, otherwise, like really reinforced the idea that, yeah, this is it. This is all I'm going to do or want to do.
Okay. And that's important when you figure that out early, because it makes the journey a lot more strategic and a lot more, I guess, convenient, right? Because you know
Yeah,
what you need to focus on.
yeah,
So, so what happens from there? Tell us a little bit about your high school journey.
yeah. So I actually went. So I guess I what you would deem privileged because I went to a really expensive all girls Irish Catholic school, and
Where?
in Calabasas in
Okay.
California. And it was pretty much really small student body for what I guess you would consider high school to be.
Okay.
But for me it was big because I was maybe one of five young Black girls at the
Okay.
school.
In the whole school,
In the whole school,
and
yes.
it's an all girls school.
Yes, it's an all girls school. And I was taught by nuns, and it
Wow.
was all white, Irish,
Hmm.
and like I said, Catholic. It
Okay.
was completely new for me, but it was, like I said, it was. I'm very privileged to have had the experience, but it was definitely like, a shock to me. I guess
Okay.
when I look back on it, like I'm so grateful for it, but it was different because I had a lot of, I guess, I don't know how to put it. Like it was just very um shocking for me because like I
Okay.
said, one of few Black people there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, as a father, if I don't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, I can tell you the plan would have been all girls school throughout. So
Right,
so so I understand the philosophy. I don't know if that's what your parents were thinking, but I
right.
do understand that. So so you're one of very few Black young ladies there. So you're carrying the weight of the Black culture on your shoulders, which can be a little heavy. So
Right.
tell us more about that experience.
Yeah, definitely. You said it. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of having to be the voice of billions of people, like being, oh, what do you think? What would be the minority take on this situation?
Yeah.
Or do you think this is true? And a lot of times I
Yeah.
think that's what's so crazy is I was so sheltered that I wouldn't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
didn't know. I use this example all the time when I coming out of that school,
Mhm.
I didn't know who a lot of prominent Black pioneers were,
Yeah.
or people, or events. Like I didn't know who the Tuskegee Airmen were, or
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey, like
Mhm.
people that you just assume a young Black lady should know
Mhm.
coming up. Like I didn't know because they didn't teach it to us. I didn't hear it at home. I didn't see it on the TV.
Mhm.
And it's just like a lot of times I was, supposed to answer questions
Yeah.
that I had no
Mhm.
concept of, like because I didn't have those experiences. I had the same experiences as everyone else in the class, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Um,
And I think Shamari, the world sometimes expects that, there's this black club, right, and that we all know each other. No, world, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. It's it's not as what you think. Like, oh yeah, I voted for Obama because he's black. No, that's not the way it works, right? So,
right.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go back to your experience. Yeah, so you're raised similar to everybody else there, but you just happen to be of a different complexion.
Right. And that's what's kind of crazy about it is, pretty much it followed me through my whole life. I mean, like I said that like I'm super, super mature. Like I guess I'm still young. But like through
Yeah,
my entire academic journey, it was kind of like I realized even though I'm supposed to, be what people think I'm supposed to be, I was still different because
yeah.
of where I'm from. Like
Okay.
I went to two colleges, or three actually, but for undergrad I went to two schools. And when I got to my historically black college,
Mhm.
I was like, what is going on? I
What?
was like, but like I stuck out like a sore thumb, so to speak. Like, and it's like it's crazy because I've pretty much been judged for who I am
Uh-huh.
at every avenue. Like every time I went to a new school, it was like, okay, this is different. Like, in trying to, I guess, fit in
Yeah,
because I did come from that, I guess, different
yeah.
background.
And what HBCU was that? We want to shout them out real quick.
Yeah, Clark Atlanta University,
HB.
the illustrious CAU. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so for a long time I was kind of like, okay, no, I'm not going to rep them. Like I was really bitter for a while
yeah.
because of the path I'm on. Like I kind of felt like they didn't really nurture the academic side like I thought they were supposed to.
Hmm.
And I guess not to jump around, but like, um one of I guess I would consider him a mentor that I've had in the past is his name is Dr. Hassan Teta.
Okay.
And he really reinforced that for me because I was blaming so many different people or parties for a long time. Like, oh, they didn't do right by me or they
Yeah.
didn't teach me this. And,
Hmm.
and he was like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, so we're going to stop that right there. Like,
Yeah.
embrace everything you've ever learned and
Hmm.
stop blaming, putting it on to other people for you being on the, I guess, what I deemed at the time to be a illegitimate timeline.
Hmm.
But now I'm embracing it. But at the time, I was just like, oh well, they should have told me. I should have taken the MCAT at that time, or
Yeah.
for a long time I was doing that. And he really was just like, no, embrace it,
Yes.
learn from your mistakes,
Hmm.
and get on the right journey. And like he really changed everything around for me.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
shout out to Dr. Hassan Tete because who's a very, very dear friend of mine. And shout out to him coming out of Brownsville, Brooklyn,
yes,
11212 zip code, who didn't allow he and I both did not allow a zip code to determine our destiny. And Dr. Hassan Tete is a world renowned now cardiothoracic surgeon
yeah,
and just an exceptional individual that is a mentor to so many, and of course to Shamari Perkins.
yes, definitely,
Right.
definitely,
I wanted to talk a little bit about your transition. I wanted to go back to high school a little bit to talk about the transition from leaving the all girls Catholic school where you're the only one of few black students there and then going into a public school your last year of high school.
yeah.
What was that like?
So it was, I guess it wasn't as shocking as it should have been
Yeah.
because it was still all white, but it was public. So there was still a lot of things going on that I wasn't familiar with. First of all, it was shocking to me because it was co-ed.
Okay.
And, high school is really like, yeah, like high school is like when you're supposed to be, learning about, your young adulthood, learning what things are. It's really the cusp of adulthood,
Yeah.
I would say, because after that you just shot into college.
Yes.
And I guess when I went there, there's a lot of things going on that I was like, what is going on? It was just so different for me.
Yeah.
because one, like I said, I was in the class with boys.
Yeah, now there's boys. Uh-oh.
Boys, yeah. I was like, I was so shy. I didn't know how to talk to boys. I didn't know what to do with myself. I
Yeah.
could concentrate, and it was so much going on. Like, and then it was people on a completely different track than me. Like, I saw young ladies younger than me that were pregnant in class.
Okay.
People doing drugs right outside. Like, I saw people kissing outside of the classroom, in the classroom, coming to school late. And I was like, what is
What
happening?
is this? What is this? What's going? Is this a movie?
I know, it was literally like TV, and I was really just like, wow. Like, I was shocked. I really was. And like I said, it wasn't as big as it could have been because it was still predominantly white. It was still a great neighborhood, but it was still shocking for me, So it was definitely a transition.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's so hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Because it just goes to show, right? There's different levels, right? As the Honorable Meek Mill said, there's levels to this.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So, and if you don't know, you don't know. And
right.
If you're like like in my school system that I went to, transitioning from in the the urban culture and transitioning to like an all-white university, that blew my mind that there was a whole other world out there. Yeah. And then you have to decide, like, which path am I? What happens is that you become the individual that you're supposed to be, right? Because no matter what arena you're in, you're still going to be who you're supposed to be, right?
Definitely.
So what happens? Tell us more. So you graduate, and then you are at Clark Atlanta. What degrees did you pick up? Any degrees in college?
Yeah. So I went to my first undergrad, then I transitioned out and went to Clark Atlanta, and I earned my bachelor's in biology. I graduated cum laude. And then
pause. Black girl magic. Black girl magic. Okay. All right. For those, Shamari, can you tell them what that means? Cum laude. What does that mean exactly? Because people might not speak that language.
Right. Understood. So it means you had at least, it was a 3.5 to 3.7 GPA maintained throughout matriculation. Okay. And for me, I had also earned an outstanding service award. So I had, cords and medallions and stuff. So I earned both service awards and academic awards for my GPA and my experiences and stuff throughout college.
Shout out to you. And we need to celebrate that all the time, the greatness, okay, of our young people. So I'm very proud of you. Okay. And then from there, what happens?
Yeah, so I actually left there and I tried. I was like, okay, I kind of was going into it open-minded, like, yeah, I know I'm a great student. I'm outstanding. I'm gonna get into med school. Like, I know I knew what it was. Like, I know what it means to apply, but I was like, still, I'm gonna just try. I'm gonna go for it. Because I had a lot of people in my corner. I had so many different experiences. Like I said, I shadowed, I had different mentors, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go for it. And I applied to med school directly out of undergrad, and I was rejected by all 20 something schools that I applied to. Okay. And I was crushed at first, but like I said, I was already really aware of the situation. And so I was like, okay, I know myself. I love learning. I'm a learner. I love being in a school atmosphere. I love helping people. I need to stay, on target. I didn't want to spend any time out of school, and I wanted to enhance my, resume as much as possible. Okay. So I went and got my master's, also in biology. And when I was there, that was a really, really great experience for me. Like, I loved it. I had my first cadaver experiences, and
what is that, by the way, for those of you who don't know the cadaver experience?
It's me literally handling bodies, like dissecting bodies,
human bodies.
Human
not
bodies.
Not little pigs like in chemistry class.
No,
you're talking about live.
No. human bodies. And
Okay.
at one point having to like I told my dad, he was like, I don't believe you. But I was like, it was me and five other students lifting. It had to be 215-pound man,
Okay.
like from one gurney to the next, like literally like bodies.
Wow.
So, and it was really like, and that's really how I already knew, like, it's all, like I said, all my experiences really reinforced for me this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
because I'm never grossed out. I'm never like, oh, I didn't want to do that. Like, there was, other young women, young men in the class that were like, oh, you do it, I didn't want to touch it, like that kind of thing. And this is me, like, I'll do it, step aside. Like, that's been me my whole life, like bodily fluids, blood, like,
Yeah.
flesh. Like, I'm not grossed out about it, and like,
Hmm.
I just love it. I want to be in
Yeah.
that action. So I
Right.
love every minute of it.
So you and kudos to you for having that discipline and remaining consistent with your dreams and chasing them. I know you're going to get into med school. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to talk about, first of all, shout out to you and your successes. We're beyond proud of you.
Thank you.
Get a bachelor's in biology. You say it, but that's pretty big. And then to go on to get a master's in biology, that's even like out of this world
Thank
accomplishment.
you. Thank
So
you.
beyond proud of your accomplishments. So is there by the way, what kind of doctor do you want to be?
So now I changed so many times, but I'm, pretty certain I really do want to be a gastroenterologist. So that's like my love right now,
Yeah.
and how I really want to attack healing,
Okay.
because I'm all about, maintaining the human body from the inside out. And I feel like that starts with what you eat. So what you put in your stomach, which is gastro, GI tract,
Hmm.
the colon, the rectum,
Okay.
all of that inside. That's what I'm about. So, and I love learning about it. And I also had
Okay.
experience with my dad had a GI tract disease when I was little. So like,
Yeah.
that's just something I'm passionate about.
Yeah. And that's and I know this guy. He was like, oh, everybody around him was very successful, but he didn't have a very notable career. But he said, I'm better than everyone at this table because I keep my pipes clean.
Right.
And you understand what I mean? Like, it's a gastro joke. So,
Yeah.
um,
I
so
love it.
so thank you for doing that, because that's a very important career, because and it's important what so I take it you might be a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yes, I'm vegan.
Okay.
I
I'm
I
just,
am. I endorse the vegan life. It's the key. No, I am
all right.
vegan.
Shout out to the meat eaters. Shout out to the steak eaters. Don't mention anybody.
Right.
Shout out to us. We still trying to get on track. We're trying. All right. So listen. Is there anything you wanna leave the people with? Like, what is your mantra? What does future Dr. Shamari Perkins want to leave the people with?
Yeah, definitely. I think something that's really kept me on the right track
Yeah.
is something I say to myself, not only every day, but whenever I'm making an important decision. And I say to myself, it's got to be for me.
Okay.
And I think it works for really anyone, anytime, and whatever you're trying to do, so you can know, okay, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for somebody else? Or is it works in terms of like, am I compatible with this thing? Like, is this food good for me? Is this party gonna be good for me? Like, is this substance, time, whatever I commit myself to, is it gonna be for me? Like, it works on every level. So I think that's something that I think everyone should really, incorporate into their day, because I think it really helps. At least for me, it's helped me stay on the right track, keep out of harm's way, stay healthy, happy. And, it's really manifested itself as greatness for me. Just making sure I'm doing everything I do for me, and that it's for me, So,
That's right. That's right. Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, if you don't know, that's Black Girl Magic explaining how you should live your life.
Uh,
Okay. All right. And it's interesting that you say that because it comes back to what I was saying in the beginning about being exceptional, right? Sometimes when everybody's going to this crazy party that's going to be crazy, sometimes you might want to be the one that says, except for me, because I am exceptional, you know?
yeah.
So, right. So, and Shamari, we just want to say thank you so much for coming on and sharing your beautiful journey. And the journey has just only begun for Shamari Perkins. We hope to have you on next time when you are Dr. Shamari Perkins, a couple
Yeah.
years down the line. We would love to bring you back then. So we wish you the best and we wish you continued success and keep doing what you do. Keep remaining exceptional. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to shout out anyone?
Yeah. Definitely. Shout out my dad and my mom. And
Say their names. You don't want to say their names, or they don't want you to say their names?
I don't know. I just gonna say mom and dad. But because
Yeah.
I don't know. But definitely my mentors for sure,
Yeah.
Dr. Keda and Dr. Menace, and my late mentor, Dr. Bloomfield, that passed on, that really was a role model for me. But yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Shout out to mom and dad. I know you're watching, mom and dad. Shout out to you. You did a phenomenal job. You should write a book about the blueprint of raising a young Black woman in this world. Okay. You did a phenomenal job. So shout out to the both of you. Once again, we do have a sponsor tonight. I did forget to mention something. It is Miss Fanny Sweet Shop. They are sponsoring us tonight. And if you go to MissFannySweetShop.com and you enter the YES code, right? Mention YES, Y-E-S, your educational story. Put in the YES code, you will get $5 off. And as I said before, I love the pound cake with the icing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, everyone has a story to tell, but what's your educational story? Tonight's quote is, the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. Thank you once again. If you are interested in joining us and telling us your educational story, please DM me. We look forward to seeing you every Friday at 8 p.m. And again, shout out to Dr. Shamari, future Dr. Shamari Perkins. I'm putting it into the universe because it's going to happen because she's exceptional. All right? Thank you so much. All right? Guys, peace out. Be safe. All right? Please be safe. All right? Take care. Bye, Shamari.
Bye.
Bye-bye.